Hello there. The 31st of October, Halloween, the real horror night of the year. You know what I'm going to talk about, don't you? Proper horror, the real horror, not the fun horror, the fun horror, as they call it. So, just imagine the scariest thing you could ever imagine. It's the scariest. Not a Dracula, maybe? A Frankenstein, a monster of some sort? Or maybe you'd go further and think of another films like Alien or something like that, and how horrific those things are. Now think again and try to imagine something even more horrific than anything that you've ever seen at all on any film. Because of just seeing it on film is not the actually experiencing that horror, that pain. What is actually being there, feeling that pain, feeling that fear, that terror, and that terror for all innocent animals is a slaughterhouse. Or what I will call them, and what they should be called, Holocaust centres. And I do not, there's no messing about with just saying, oh, that's offensive to a set minority of people. This is not, it's not offensive to them at all. It is an animal holocaust, not a human holocaust. There's two separate entities. The only word connecting the two is Holocaust, which both are an Holocaust. The horrors, the horror, the fear is by far worse than anything you imagine on a Halloween night, and nothing that you can watch unless you actually go to one particular film in particular called Dominion, which is the most scary film on earth. The most scary film on earth. There is no other films that are as scary. And they're scary because of it is us humans that are doing this horror and fear. We are creating it ourselves. Obviously we create it to each other even then as well, but to cause it to innocent animals that do nothing at all wrong to any of us, now that is beyond horrendous. It's the you have to go to using a biblical description. It is an evil. There is no devil. I'm not talking that. If there was, we were already it. The human race is already the devil. So there is no devil. It is just humans that are causing all the terror, everything, even the terror we experience ourselves is almost practically every bit of it is humans causing it, whether it's to us or whether it's to animals. Animals have worked this out. The ones that are in the wild, they've worked out how horrific we are. It's an absolute rarity for animals in the wild to come out and actually come to us, because they know all that we are doing. They know, and they're living in terror. Even in the wild, they're living in terror from humans. This is the true Halloween. Halloween, for humans does not even come close to horror or terror of any type. We all know what we should be doing. We already know that hurting an animal is a cruel thing to do. And it should be more cruel for an animal, because an animal is absolutely innocent and cannot speak for itself. If a human is being terrorized or upset, that they do at least have some sort of voice, and other people are trying to look out for them, including myself, whenever I can. But there's one thing that every single one of us can do straight away to help the animals in these places, the farms and the slaughterhouses. Simple. Just do not eat an animal. Leave them off your plate. It's the simplest thing in the world. You pick up your food and you just don't put an animal on it. Everything is there. There is more than enough food without having to have an animal. This is the biggest thing that you can do for animals, the biggest thing that you can do for your health, the biggest thing that you can do for the whole environment. In one word, in one sentence, the whole world benefits from us not consuming animals. The whole world.